Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching Euphoria. This is episode 5 of season 1. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying the series so far. Last episode was interesting because it was the carnival. Now at this carnival, we had Carl, Nate's dad. He was serving chili at his stand. It seems like he's got the best chili for 6 years running now, because he did win today's competition, but yesterday's. And obviously it's a big deal in this town. Rue's explained to Jules that he owns half of the city. He built half of it, and he's a big, obviously, celebrity there. So if anything and any information gets out against him, obviously sleeping with Jules, seeing as she's underage as well, it's going to be bad news. Now obviously she didn't believe that it was Carl that she did actually sleep with, so Jules obviously shown her, mate. She put it to the test. She went over, she was like, "Excuse me, can I have some chili?" He turned around, he was shook, mate. Literally, as he went to give it her, the fingers touched, he dropped it. She obviously turned, she looked at Rue, he looked over, seen Rue as well, and then she obviously ran off. He's panicking. Later on in the episode, he followed Jules. Now, he didn't actually do anything bad, to be honest, in this conversation with Jules. You got to give him credit. He just said, "Look, mate, I did not mean to cause any harm to you. I am sorry, if I caused you any trouble, but I do not need this information getting passed out there. If you want something, I could get it you, but please don't obviously destroy my life and my business." And she was like, "Look, I have no intention of doing anything to you. I'm not here to take your money. I'm not here for anything. I won't say anything. Yes, I've told my friend, but that's it. I'm not going to tell anybody else. So you can keep, your secret. I'll keep it as well. And that's fine. Just don't worry about it." No, he said thank you and then he got off. So, I mean, fair play. But what's interesting is obviously this episode was the episode that Jules was finally meeting Tyler/Nate. So I was really excited for that ending. Now, like I said, it was a carnival. At this carnival, Nate's girlfriend Maddie, she was there. She was wearing an outfit that he deemed unacceptable, really. He told her to go and get changed. He told her that her family, his family don't really like her already, and wearing something like this with all these public eyes around them, he's not going to make them like her any more than they currently do. Now, her and Cassie, they're obviously fuming because she ended up taking McKay to, obviously, the carnival, and McKay ended up saying to Nate that they're not really dating, they're just chilling, and that obviously hurt Cassie. So they ended up splitting for the day. She bounced with, obviously, Maddie. She was like, "Do you want to get some Molly?" She was like, "Sure." So they went and got some. They was high on these drugs. They both decided that they was getting a bit confident. Maddie, mate, she went all the way over to Carl and to Nate while obviously this presentation was going on, and she kicked the chili all over the floor and obviously caused a scene. Now, Cassie, she ended up grabbing this random guy and getting on the carousel. While it was going round and round and round, she was getting hornier and hornier and hornier, and obviously it seemed like she ended up orgasming sat on, obviously, the carousel. Now, what's interesting is when she opened her eyes, there was loads of people staring at her, and obviously she was embarrassed and she started to cry and she ran away. Now, what's interesting is, obviously, Nate and Maddie, they ended up having this mad argument. He was saying, "We're done, we're not being together anymore," all this stuff, She ended up saying, "Mate, what's going on with your phone?" She ended up saying, "Look, I flipped through it, I've seen all these dick pics, what's going on?" He was saying he's all confused, he don't really know what's going on. He flipped it then, He ended up saying he's sorry, didn't really mean it, he loves her, and X, Y, and Z, and that triggered later on into the conversation with Jules, because when they did meet, it looked like, he had me on strings, honestly. He had me on strings. I thought it was going to go well, but he ended up confronting her and he was saying, "Look, mate, over the past few weeks, I've been compiling information. I've been having all these underage images that you've been sending to random people, even though it was him. And, I've stored a file on you. So if you use any of this information about me texting you, I'm going to release it to the police that you're sending in explicit underage images out there into the world." They ended up arguing, and that is just pretty much it. It obviously devastated her. She ended up crying. He walked off, and she ended up going to Rue's house, climbing through the window and asking can she stay the night, obviously, because she's devastated. They ended up holding each other and ended up making out. Very, very interesting. So I can't wait, obviously, to see today's episode and what's going on with their relationship and how Nate and his dad's going to obviously progress forward as well. It's going to be madness. So thanks for clicking on today's episode. Hopefully, guys do enjoy it. If you do, please smash the like. It really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into episode 5 of season 1 of Euphoria.
Maddie knew who she was from a very early age. She just knew that she had something special. She didn't have to be the prettiest or the tallest. She just had to have fucking confidence. And she probably would have gone on to win Miss Universe if it weren't for this guy. Her dreams were dashed by some random 50-year-old creep. She never really had any desire to have a career. And her dad was a drunk. who was always pretending to hold jobs longer than he did. She had had a thing for Nate for a while. Plus, Nate, like, really loved her and always tell the truth.
You're a virgin? Fully?
Yeah.
Plus, it's not like anyone could feel the fucking difference. She also watched a lot of porn, a ton of really good secrets. Because if you make a guy feel confident and powerful, they'll do anything.
She's got it on lock, hasn't she? She's smart, mate. Nicole, what she wanted. Mate, she's smart.
It's not like she ever cheated. Except for that DJ who said he opened for Calvin Harris and the hot dude who ran the roller rink.
I was going to say, sometimes people just entice people in just because they like the attention. It makes them feel good, doesn't it? Like, I can see the mindset of, like, even though you're in a relationship, it's kind of good knowing that there's other people as well still attracted to you. It's like when people say, still got it. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, you hear all the time that you loved from a loved one. But, like, when somebody says you're attracted from the outside, it's also like, oh, you know, I've still got it. So I get that, but, like, she's gone to the extreme and cheated. Now, we're seeing how Nate reacted when he found out Tyler. Mate, imagine if he found out these dudes, if he'd go after them. That's interesting. But in terms of Maddie so far, I actually not mind the character. You know, I'm trying to think back to episode 1. There was already... It was the first introduction of Nate and Maddie already in a breaking up situation. Like, we didn't see them together, so to speak. They was already bickering, and then they got together after the swimming pool scene. So in terms of, like, her in this show so far, she hasn't been that bad, to be honest. I don't mind her right now.
Maddie fantasized about punching Nate. She was afraid he'd hit her back, especially because he was coming to terms with his sexuality. There is not a thing on the planet Earth that compares to fentanyl. Jules is a close second.
Hey.
Jules.
Are you coming?
Yeah, no. Yeah. Grab for dinner.
Jules slept over last night? Are you two in a relationship?
Yeah, kinda. We're just gonna take things really, really slow.
Granted, after the carnival, things got really fucking weird.
What's happening?
Thank you for coming down, Mr. Jacobs.
Cal, you okay?
Yeah. Give me a second.
Now, what had happened was, that morning, Maddie went to school, suffered from a drop in serotonin from the Molly she took at the carnival, and hadn't had anything to eat or drink the entire weekend.
I'm fine.
You may be afraid to talk about how you got hurt.
I'm trying to find a really respectful way to say this. This doesn't concern you.
It does concern me, Madeline.
Was it Nate Jacobs?
I mean, he did, like, grab her by the arm.
Nate's gay.
I'm being serious, Barbara.
No, I'm telling you, like, Nate's actually gay. That's why Maddie was upset.
I have no idea what you're talking about. What was that about?
Nate tried to kill Maddie because she found all that gay porn on his phone.
Who told you that?
You did?
Oh.
I'm dating somebody and I really don't want to fuck it up.
If I promise not to say anything, can we hang out again?
I sent you a bunch of texts. It says like delivered on my phone. I want to talk about this right now.
At the carnival, Kat had an epiphany. She was fucking Luke Caston.
I could see his face scrunching up when he was coming all over my stomach, and I had this, like, realization. They're actually just fucking pathetic.
It's true, kitten queen.
By the way, if you want to come, I put a body harness on my Amazon wish list. I'm gonna need you to buy it for me.
There's nothing more powerful than a fat girl who doesn't give a fuck.
Hey,
Oh, that's the guy from the
we're
shop.
from
was
around
it?
here. You want to hang out?
I would like to press charges. No, you're not fucking pressing charges. I'm gonna press charges. No, you're not pressing charges. No, you're not pressing charges.
I would like to talk to the Perez family.
Actually, Mr. Jacobs, I think it'd be best for you to speak to your son.
Did you do it?
No.
Her family's gonna press charges. Don't get angry, don't make a scene. You walk out of the school with your head held high. What's about to happen to you is not gonna be easy. You walk out first.
Literally, the best way to convince people that you're not involved or it's not true is keep your fucking head high and walk with confidence. Right now, he looks like a beat down person. You know, he looks like sad and like concealed. You know what I mean? It's like he's already admitted that he's done it because of his mannerisms and the way that he's looking. Now, obviously, we do know he has done it, but if he has to lie and convince people that that's not the case, he needs head high, confidence. It's not me. Sure. Where do you want me to go? Station? I'll go. No problem. Do you know what I mean? He's put that front on that it's not true. And it's like, you know, perception. If people look at it that way, they might believe that he wasn't actually involved. So it'd be interesting to see. That's interesting, isn't it? He just said he loves her.
Like on your life that you will never tell anyone.
That you fucked Nate's dad.
I'm serious. You can never tell anyone.
Do you think Nate knows? You know what would be amazing? If they paid you off with a bunch of money and we do a bunch of really cool shit.
Looking for the advantage. She's got to stay hush, mate. It's somebody else's secret, honestly.
Do you have a lot of one-night stands?
Define a lot.
More than 5.
Yeah.
Jack and Rue's still a virgin, that's why.
Is the sex, like, good?
It's not even the point, you know? How many people have you slept with?
0.
Not many. The time that Lexi got asked to the freshman formal by Tucker Blake and I tried to teach her how to French kiss at 15 and lost my virginity. Yep, that's it.
If you literally step any closer, I will fight you.
Miss, this is procedure. I need you to remove your sweater now, and if you don't, we will remove it for you. Thanks, guys. But trust me when I tell you that the person that did this doesn't love you.
Oh, they do look bad. Oh, look at that, mate. Do you know what? My question is, right, is if I turned up to my house today and I've got fucking marks all over my neck and somebody says, Nate's assaulted you, and I say, no, they haven't, because that's what she said. She's been straight up, no, it's not him, no, it's not him, no, it's not him. And then my, like, mum, for example, like hers, is like, I'm going to press charges against Nate. And I'm like, it's not Nate. I'm going to press charges. Yeah, but it's not Nate. I'm going to press charges. And then they got the police in, and then they arrested him. And then they forced her to the station, even though she's saying that it's not Nate. And then they're forcing her to take her clothes off and take pictures when she doesn't want to prosecute anyone. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, is it because she's under 18 that she has no say? Is that what it is? That's what I'm assuming. Because obviously I'm above 18, and like if I was saying it's not somebody I don't want to do anything, that should stand like as an adult. But because she's a child, so to speak, in terms of like a minor, that like regardless of what her opinion is, that they've got that procedure to do. Because I just find it interesting that she's consistently said he's not assaulted her and she doesn't want to take part in this, and she's been dragged to the station, he's been arrested, and she's had a clothes cut and evidence taken, when the whole time she's been, it's not Nate. Do you know what I mean? So it's interesting, it actually is. But do you reckon he's getting sent out? I don't think he is. Just because his dad seems like he's got a bit of power, I feel like he can cut a deal, pay it off, or they can get, well, I feel like they're going to get out of it at some point. But like she's saying there, the person that's done that, they're not in love with you. To be honest, he did want to break up with her, didn't he? The only reason he'd done that is because he was put in a spot where he was scared and he thought that, you know, he was going to be revealed, or the stuff that he was doing with JULES, and he just acted, didn't he? So I feel like he probably doesn't love her. He might think he does, but deep down, it's not the right.
Grabbed her by the arm to drag her away. I didn't choke her. I don't want to get her in any trouble, but she'd taken a lot of drugs. No, I really love her. On the times when we've broken up, I know for a fact that she's been with other guys. I don't know, I mean, it's possible that night, that doesn't matter.
The fallout from Nate's assault was swift.
Suspending your son until the investigation is complete.
What happens in a month, 6 months, a year, when she moves away and goes to college?
You mean if?
Not real. I mean, when?
But it don't mean that you shouldn't try and have fun while you're there.
I guess I just wanted to make amends with everyone. Yeah, every time I collected a chip, I was lying. I met someone, and she's helped, and shit, maybe that's me being selfish. I've been clean for 13 days. Yeah, I don't know, I guess that's why I wanted to come here and tell you guys the truth.
No judgments in that place, is there? Literally.
If you two were a thing, we could all just do like a family thing together, man. She's still going to meetings? You're a good influence.
Yo, I dig the positive vibes the dad gives off, man. What a guy.
McKay had heard the news about Nate.
He had a bunch of dick pics on his phone.
What? Sending them to other girls?
It wasn't his dick, it was other guys' dick.
I'm really sorry about what happened the other night at the carnival.
It made me feel like you weren't proud to be my boyfriend.
Mate, she's a stunner.
You look like you're creative or something. I don't know, just like the way you dress and stuff.
You want to hook up, we can hook up.
I was just making conversation.
You don't really have to.
Seriously, Mom, Dad has slept on the couch since I was 10 years old. You live in the same house and you don't even say one word to each other.
That was really good. One of the best blowjobs I've ever had.
Her confidence levels is getting well high out over the last 3 episodes, literally. All she's doing is getting compliment after compliment after compliment.
This seems really good. It's because of you, you know.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Would you like a glass of champagne?
Honey, no, I don't do alcohol.
Can you please stop the music?
Jeez.
I just want to talk for a little bit.
Kids?
Yeah. Do you think this stuff affects them? You think hiding it creates the same thing in them? I spent my whole life trying to keep this part of me separate, but I feel like it's poisoned everything.
See, you know what, right? I don't know what to make of this Cal person, because, yeah, he slept with Jules, but, yeah, okay, he's cheating on his wife, but in terms of a person, like, I'm intrigued with him, like, because... Do you reckon he's just a guy that's I feel like he's a guy that's conflicted in his own life, and he's another one that's living a lie. And like he's just saying there, he's trying to hide it from them all your life. But when you live your life with a big secret, it just feels like you got massive pressure on your back all the time, and you feel like you can't be yourself and free. Like I bet he, obviously staying in his family life and his relationship and his wife and kids and all that. But I bet if he told the truth, distanced himself, and just lived as Cal somewhere, just in the city himself, just as his own true self, he would feel much happier. Like, even though he's lost a lot of stuff. I mean, I'm actually really interested. I'm interested in him more than a few characters. He's got more to lose. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's got his son, his family, possibly. He's got his business, his reputation. Obviously, he could lose himself, i.e. get arrested for sleeping with Jules. You know, like, I hope that we play a little bit more into his story and see where we go. I don't want him to just be dropped in here and there as Nate's dad. Because, look, like, this side little story here with that guy that he's speaking to, that's Cal's own story being made. Do you know what I mean? We're giving it more layers, more depth to it, and I'm interested to see obviously where we go with him. Like, what is the end goal with Cal? The school people kind of get, they're in school, there's loads, but him, where are we going?
You gonna spend the night?
I should probably go home.
Is it cool if I just go with you?
Yeah, sure.
Nate says, can you tell Maddie's a download signal?
Oh, it's just in his dad's car.
Hey, handsome.
It's a tough one for Maddie, me. I'm not going to blame her. She's struggling. Like, she don't know what to do, really. I reckon she's feeling proper pressure now to, like, help Ruben be involved. You know what I mean? Where before it's just friendship. That's what I'm calling anyway. Once it finished. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like with Jules, it's just hit her. Just like that, when he was in the roller skating and a friend said, look, mate, look how happy Rue is now, mate. I've not seen her like this in ages. You know it's all because of you. And naturally, that is a compliment, isn't it? Obviously, that is a compliment. But I feel like how fast it's escalated between them two, she feels pressure now. Like before, they was friends, and now they like relationships, and she's heavily reliant on her, and she needs to be around her all the time. And obviously, like, it's Jules' impact that's being a positive on obviously Rue, but obviously the downside from Jules is it's like it feels like it's not just a friendship, it's a need. She's an asset, so to speak, and it's like she has to do this and that, and because she can, you know what I mean? If she decides to step back or spend a little time less with Rue, it could spiral out. She could get worse. She could take drugs. It can affect her. And it's just like all pressure. Like, that's not what you need. I'm not saying that's what it is the case, but that's what I'm assuming that she's thinking now. You know, her dad's getting involved. He's asking, you know, does she want to come around? Does she want to stay over? Are you together? Are you not? You know, is it a fling? Are you embarrassed to meet her? Like, you know, me to meet her and stuff. And it's all well cute. But again, if you flipped it the way I just said, you can get it. But this episode was mad as well, with Maddie and Nate, you know. You've got Maddie there saying that Nate didn't do anything. You've got a mum saying, yeah, it definitely was Nate. I want to press charges. You know, Maddie had no choice. She had to go with the police to the station. She got tied up, didn't she? Pretty much, you know. She got cuffed to the desk. Legs got cuffed, clothes got cut, pictures got taken, whether she likes it or not, and she wanted to press it or not. Her mother seems to pull rank because she's a minor and she's an elder, so to speak. And Nate looks like he's been suspended from school, kicked off the football team. Now, realistically, in real life, if you did assault somebody, which he did, so like that should happen, shouldn't it? Let's be honest. If I was in school and it was proven that there was somebody on the football team assaulting a female or whatever's, they should be suspended regardless of whether they're quarterback or not. It's just the rules. You don't get special treatment because you're the star player or you're famous. You know, everybody's equal. If I break the law, I should get the same punishment as somebody else who is either rich. If they break the law, we've done the same crime, we should do the same time. But that's not how it usually goes, is it? Usually you pay the system off, like Cal, I thought he was going to try and do, but it didn't actually work. Or they get a suspended sentence or something. But you can still see that Maddie's conflicted. She doesn't really know what she's doing, i.e. she doesn't know whether to be with Nate or not. She believes he loves her. I'm still 50-50. I believe that he needs her, but I don't know if he full-on loves her. But I'm not slagging him off. I'm interested to see where they're going. Because like she said, she sent him 200 texts and he didn't reply. But then he replied to her. Well, he got her to download an app that was not text, so he could communicate that way. And she just met him at the motel, where Cal's just been with somebody else, mate. Very, very interesting. And they kind of cross paths. Nate seen his dad. His dad didn't see Nate. So I'm intrigued to see where that goes next episode. That is going to wrap up episode 5 of Euphoria. So very interesting. You know, I've said it a few times, but I really do like how at the start of the episodes, we get an introduction of a character. So, do you know what I mean? We've had one of Rue, one of Nate, one of Maddie, one of Kat, I believe. And we're on episode 5 now. And there's one of somebody else as well. I'm trying to remember who it was. And we did JULES. So we've had 5. I love them, you know. It gives you a bit more insight into the characters and how they are, how they feel, and just you get more connected. I do like it. Instead of spending a full episode against them and like you focusing in on them, you just give a small 10-minute introduction, brief pass, brief insight. I like it, and you get more information, and then you can feel a bit more connected as you're going forward and try to understand current situations that people find themselves in. Do you know what I mean? Like the one with Kat, totally understand it. She put on 20 pounds, she lost a boyfriend, she then decided like, F this mate, I'm going to get body confident, and boom, look at her now, mate. She's getting more than everybody. I know that she's going around and she's just literally just like bang, 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 pun intended, with all the lads, but she's also got somebody in her school as well who's actually interested with her. He's saying he's been texting her, she's saying she's not been getting the messages, he's saying did I do something wrong, why are you being so mean? She's not really told him. She thinks that's because he was chatting another girl up, doesn't she, when he was at the carnival, when in reality he was talking to his friend, his sister's friend, who was saying that, you know, tell her that I've been asking her or something like that, and obviously she's got the wrong end of the stick, so to speak, and that's why their relationship isn't blossoming right now. But again, she's getting all this body confidence now, she's doing all these things, she's getting complimented off everybody, whether it's people on Skype calls, whether it's sleeping with people, whether it's, you know, she's giving a blowjob to that guy, it's like the best one I ever had. Her head's literally getting massive, in a good way. Well, so far it's a good way. I've not seen her do anything like too bad, but all of this is just bigging herself up, and I'm excited to see obviously like how she does with her character. Now with Maddie, again, very interesting. I don't know what's going on, what's going to go on with her and Nate going forward, because like I said, her family don't really want her to be with him now after this episode. You could tell that last episode Nate was saying his family don't like Maddie as well, but the one thing that's been consistent is they've both been saying they love each other. Whether you believe Nate or not from his actions that he's done, he still always says it. Even when he was getting took out of the school and he looked at her, he said he loves her there, didn't he? So you got to take it, you know, with a pinch of salt, whether it's true or not. But the story is very interesting. Now, I'm obviously like really into the Root and the Jules storyline, because so far Jules has been my favourite, but I'm open to anybody taking that rank. Literally, the more we get of people, the more I'm excited. I want next episode we get an introduction of Cassie, to be honest. I'm interested with her. You know, she seems like she's really into McKay, but then she's also, I feel like, even though she's well attractive, like literally so attractive, I feel like, again, she might not be as confident as she should be. And she's getting attention from that lad from the carnival and the school, and he's saying, can we hang out again? And she's smiling. I don't think she knows what's going on, really, with her and obviously McKay, even though they're together at the end there. And he said that, you know, well, the boyfriend and girlfriend now, they kind of like confirmed that in the episode. But I'm interested with her story, her backstory, how she got to where she is. And obviously something's got to happen between everyone. We've not had a lot of Fez either. I want more Fez. He seems like a good friend to Rue. Really interesting. He's a dealer as well. Does he get caught? You know, the kid that works with him, the guy that gave them the tattoo on the lip, I like him. He's really interesting. So, I mean, we're on episode 5. There's still 3 more of this season. And like I said, like, season 2 is supposed to be, like, way better than season 1. And this one's really good so far. Like, I'm actually invested in everyone. So, obviously, I can't wait for them ones as well. So, thanks for clicking on today's episode. Hopefully, you guys do enjoy it. If you do, please smash the like. It really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I will catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.